Yo, what's going on everyone? It's Logan from Calling Our Shot, back with some more MLB playoff picks. This video covers both the NLDS and the ALDS for October 11th. We got a Monday full jam-packed of postseason baseball, and I'm giving you my best bets for them. Maybe you're new to this community, maybe you're stumbling upon this video for the first time. My name is Logan, and I'm doing the MLB playoff picks all throughout the postseason, as well as college football picks on the other side of the channel. We've got all sorts of football content coming your way. NFL, college football, also NBA eventually, and a weekly podcast. If all of this sounds like something you want to watch and you want to be a part of, we really appreciate if you mash that subscribe button. It is free to do so, and it is helping us inch closer to 10,000 subs. We're right on the verge of it, and we can't do it without you guys. So definitely, if you want to be a part of the first 10,000 subs and say, hey, I watched Calling Our Shot grow, definitely hit that subscribe button. Without further ado, though, let's get in the picks. Where are we starting? We're starting with Brewers versus Braves, and I'm taking the over 7.5 total runs, minus 124 on FanDuel. Look, this line is 8 on most books, but I'm going to go ahead and drop it down to 7.5 because I've seen it push at 8 so many times in baseball. 8 is like a magic number, so I'm going to go ahead and do the 7.5. Now, if you're looking at this line and you're like, well, that kind of seems high, right, for these two teams and maybe these two pitchers. Look at what the most recent games in the series have been. Final score 2-1. Final score 3-0. Yeah, so three total runs in each of those games. Combine them together, that's 6. That still doesn't hit the full game over for what we need in this game. So where are they getting this number, right? Look at the starting pitchers as well. Peralta, 6 innings pitched and 0 runs back in the May matchup. What was the final score in that game? You'd think it'd be low scoring. No, 10-9. So there was an explosion of runs in that one. And Ian Anderson in his start, 6 innings pitched and 1 earned run. The final score was 5-1. So if you're looking at these two starting pitchers, you're like, yeah, they didn't get rocked respectively in their matchups. So what's going on? Well, each of these starting pitchers, they've given up 4-run type games in their last 3 starts. They're definitely capable of it, right? They're not by any stretch of the imagination going to go out there and probably get the 0-run. No, there's going to be some runs. And if you're looking at this matchup, they're kind of poised for an explosion of runs. Look at how the playoffs have worked a lot of the time. These teams have been low scoring, and then they just have combined for like a 10+ earned run type game. That could be what we're in line for. Atlanta's bullpen has also looked too good, right? I've seen them throughout the season. They've given up some runs and some hits. Well, they're rocking the 0 ERA for Atlanta right now. Milwaukee's bats have got to wake up, right? To cash it over, obviously, we need both teams hitting. But Milwaukee, really, they're disappointing if they once again don't bring the bats. But I think they will. And Milwaukee's bullpen, 1.5 ERA in the playoffs. I think Atlanta should fare to get some runs up in there as well. That's why I'm taking the over in this one. Yeah, a lot of people might be on the under, but not me. I'm taking the over. Now moving on to the next pick. Giants versus Dodgers, and I'm taking Dodgers run line in the first 5 innings in this one, minus 128 on FanDuel. I don't have a ton of analysis for this one because it is a first 5, so you just get to match the starting pitchers up against each other. That's what I really like. Wood is pitching for the Giants, 4.76 ERA versus the Dodgers on the year. Yeah, the Dodgers should be able to hit him. They've hit him before in the season. In his last 3 starts versus the Dodgers, 3, 4, and 2 earned runs. I love the 4, right? We absolutely would love that. But Dodgers just need to bring the bats. They kind of had the awakening, the offensive awakening in their most recent game, and made me believe enough to even be able to pick them at the first 5. I don't find value on their money line. I don't find value on their full game run line as well. I don't like asking them to do all that. They can't always walk it off for us. But they do have Scherzer going in the first 5, and that's where I'm looking at this one. You get Scherzer versus Wood. Scherzer hasn't faced a full start versus the Giants, but he's a good starting pitcher. I don't love his last 3 starts though. 1, 5, and 5 earned runs in each of his last 3 games pitched. But you know what? The Dodgers offense finally woke up. The Giants are a great story. Probably going to have some people picking them just for the fun. But I do think the Dodgers are just more talented and offensively. I think the Dodgers will jump out to a lead on Wood. And I believe they will cash that first 5 bet that we need. All they got to do is win by 1 in the first 5. Now moving on to our next pick, Astros versus White Sox. And I'm taking Astros money line plus 110 on DraftKings. Look, I'm back for more. My eyes don't believe what I saw last night. You know, we had an offensive explosion for the White Sox. Congrats. You know, you needed that. But is it sustainable? No, I don't think so. This game's a near pick'em. You've got your Quiddy going for the Astros. 7 innings pitched and 2 earned runs, and the Astros spanked the White Sox in that game, 10-2. So I do like that for a little bit of evidence. It makes me feel okay that your Quiddy can go out and pitch a pretty solid showing. And he's not an ace by any stretch of the imagination, but he is a decent starting pitcher. Now, if you're wondering, you know, why the White Sox are probably favored, well, it's Rodon, right? They must-win game for them, obviously. 7 innings pitched for, in both starts versus Houston, 0 and 1 earned runs. So those are pretty solid starts, but they split with Houston. So Houston did win one of those games that Rodon started. What it comes down to in this one, and what I preached about yesterday, is offense, right? Offense. Hello, I'm gonna breaking news. The team with more runs ends up winning the game, right? I bet you didn't know that, but we're breaking news here on Calling Our Shot. Houston's offense is just better long term. When it all comes down to it, I will definitely back the Astros, and I'm getting value on them today. Houston, first in hits, first in runs, and second in strikeouts. The White Sox are like a top 5-ish offense as well, but they are 12th in Ks. Now, why do I say what? Now, why are we pointing that out, right? Because, you know, even being about middle of the pack in Ks, you saw what happened to the poor, Tampa Bay Rays, right? They're extremely high in strikeouts, and they lose games like that, right? They're a very talented offensive team, but they just swing and miss a lot. White Sox, I've seen them do it plenty of times, and I think that they could be in line for some swing and a miss. Even though you're Quiddy, not what you think about as a strikeout specialist, I still think, you know, it could be close. And give me the Astros offense in the difference. Also, another difference we need to talk about. We need to talk about the bullpen difference, right? Houston's bullpen, yeah, they had one bad game, right? There's no way around that, right? White Sox just put up all the runs they wanted last night. But sometimes you see this happen when you're betting baseball. You know, you see a team with an offensive explosion, then the next game they come out and they used up all the runs the last game. That definitely happens. I think Houston's bullpen is going to pitch a better game. And I also think the White Sox bullpen will give up runs. So look at what they did in the first couple games of the series. If the White Sox offense doesn't help out Rodon with run support, they're going to be in trouble. They're absolutely going to be in trouble. And the Astros money line at plus 110 value. First of all, love it. When you're betting baseball, you need to hunt for value, and you need to be confident in the bets you're placing. I am confident in the Astros, and that's why I will go ahead and lock it in. I don't have any starting pitchers for Red Sox versus Rays. I wish I did, but I don't, so I can't make a pick there. But that's all the picks we got for today. As always, let me know your favorite bets of the day down below in the comments. I love to hear what you guys are playing. As always, I'll be back on the next video. See ya.